A loud beeping sound filled the room, dragging the main character out of their restless sleep. The morning light crept through the curtains, casting an eerie glow on the cluttered desk. They groggily reached for their phone, only to find a strange notification waiting for them. The future is yours to write. Confused, they stared at the screen. It wasn't just a message, it was an app they didn't remember installing. Curiosity won over caution, and they opened it. The app displayed a blank diary page, but within seconds, text began to appear. At 8:15 a.m., the toast will burn. They glanced at the clock. It was 8:10 a.m. Brushing it off as a prank, they headed to the kitchen. But as they reached for the toaster, the smell of smoke filled the air. Sure enough, their toast was a charred mess. Their heart raced. Could the app really predict the future? Later that day, they tested it again. The diary predicted small events. Spilled coffee, a sudden gust of wind, and even a random text from a friend. Each prediction came true, no matter how bizarre it seemed. But the main character couldn't help but wonder, is this a gift or a curse? The answer came faster than they expected. That evening, a new entry appeared, chilling them to the core. At 9:30 p.m., someone will knock on the door. The clock ticked closer to 9:30. Each second felt heavier than the last. When the knock finally came, they froze. Slowly, they opened the door, revealing a figure cloaked in shadows. The person introduced themselves as someone who also used the diary. Their tone was calm, but their words carried an ominous weight. This isn't just a tool, they warned. It's a game. And in this game, losing is not an option. The main character was dragged into a world they didn't understand. A deadly competition where survival depended on the diary's predictions. They weren't the only one with a future diary. There were others, each with their own abilities and motives. The next few days were a whirlwind of paranoia and fear. The main character found themselves constantly looking over their shoulder, never knowing who to trust. The diary became both a lifeline and a source of anxiety. One afternoon, the diary gave an urgent warning. At 3:45 p.m., danger approaches. Panicking, they tried to avoid the predicted time and place. But as the clock struck 3:45, a near-miss car accident left them shaken. It wasn't the first time the diary had saved them, but it was a stark reminder of the stakes. A glimmer of hope appeared in the form of a mysterious ally. This person seemed kind and understanding, offering guidance and support. For the first time, the main character felt they weren't alone in this terrifying game. But trust didn't come easy. Could this ally be hiding something? The diary continued to dictate their life, each entry pulling them deeper into danger. One prediction stood out. At midnight, betrayal will strike. As the clock neared midnight, tension filled the air. The main character stayed alert, watching every move of their supposed ally. But when midnight came and went without incident, they began to relax. That's when the betrayal hit, a trap laid by someone else entirely. The ally had risked their life to protect the main character, proving their loyalty, but the cost was high. The main character's world began to crumble. They realized the diary was not a gift, but a test of their humanity. It gave them the power to see the future, but at what cost? Their relationships, their trust, their very sense of self, all were being chipped away. By now, their days were a constant battle of strategy and survival. One wrong move could mean the end. And yet, a small part of them began to fight back. They didn't want to be a pawn in this cruel game. One day, the diary gave an unusual prediction. At 6 p.m., the truth will reveal itself. What truth? The main character felt a mix of fear and hope as the time approached. At exactly 6 p.m., they found themselves face to face with the person who had started it all. This encounter was no accident. The person explained the true purpose of the diaries, revealing secrets that shook the main character to their core. But even with the answers laid out before them, one question lingered. Can I really escape this game? The main character left that meeting with more determination than ever. They began using the diary not just to survive, but to outsmart the others. Each step brought them closer to breaking free. Their journey wasn't easy. There were losses, heartbreaks, and moments of doubt. But through it all, they clung to the hope that they could take control of their own destiny. As the final confrontation loomed, the main characters stood ready. They had come too far to give up now. The diary was no longer just a tool. It was a weapon, a shield, and a reminder of how far they had come. In the end, their fate remained uncertain, but one thing was clear: they had changed. No longer the scared and unsure person from the beginning, they had become someone who could face the future head-on, no matter what it held. If you could see your future, would you embrace it or try to change it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this.